All right, how you guys doing? Welcome back to the messy sweet spot. We do have a lot of updates when it comes to Diddy, the mogul Diddy. Take that. It looks like he's going to be taking a whole bunch of stuff. Did you guys hear? He asked for a bond and he got denied. What is Diddy smoking on? I really think that Diddy, that pink powder, whatever he's on, it is really affecting his common sense because the way he's moving is so sloppy, it's not calculating. And we got to talk all about it. And my girl Nancy Grace, she is definitely on the case, honey. I came across Nancy Grace, and Nancy Grace reached out to me personally. She said she want me to talk about it, so here I go. Shout out to Nancy. You know, she supports this channel, the Messy Sweet Spot, and she is pretty much slamming Diddy. And if you guys know anything about Nancy Grace, she's gonna get to the bottom of it, honey. Okay, and she said Miss Diddy is done. Okay, Miss Diddy is done. And before I continue on, can you guys hear me really well? If you can, press three. Press three if you can hear me really good. I just want to say thank you to all of my party crashers. You guys are the bomb.com. I love you so much. I could not do this without my party crashers. You guys know I need you guys to protect me. I need y'all to uplift me and show me so much love and encouragement. Okay. Because even though I'm talking about Diddy, this is still a dangerous topic for me to talk about because you have so many Diddy sympathizers. You have so many Diddy pro Diddies. So they want to comfort me because I am holding him accountable. You're right. I am holding the Black King accountable. And I say to all of you that are mad at me for holding the Black King accountable, don't be mad at me. Be mad at his mama. Okay. I heard his daddy done dead. Okay. Be mad at his mama. His mama should have raised his butt better to be responsible, respectable, and accountable for his actions. But what I'm hearing, his mama was not a good mama either. She was a prostitute whore. Okay. And another thing I'm hearing out here in these streets, thank you, Shelly. Thank you, Shelly, so much. Shelly done donated us $10. Thank you, baby. Shout out. That's how you show real support. That's how you show real support. Where the dollars at? Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? Okay. That's how you show real support. Throw them dollars. And I got my cash app up here and I got the phone lines open. So anybody feeling some type of way, you agree, disagree with what I got to say, feel free to call in. I definitely want to hear from you because I got to get you together. All right. So y'all still think Guy is guilty and innocent? Well, I'm sure some people may feel that way. I mean, am I surprised that people are going to be on pro Diddy? No, I'm not surprised because their brother is a Diddy. They daddy is a Diddy. They mama is a Diddy. Okay. Diddy is not the only one out here that are doing these horrible acts. A lot of these Diddies are in the neighborhood. Okay. A lot of y'all got husband that put hands on y'all. Y'all still have not divorced your husband for doing that shit. You still having to call the cops on your sister husband. He go upside her head. Okay. So a lot of people, they are sympathizers because they have people in their family that is a Diddy that they care and love about and they get passes. Then you do have some people because they don't hold their own family members and people in the neighborhood and people in the church accountable. They feel like it's good time to demonize and take all that energy and frustration out on Diddy because they should have been taking that frustration out in the church, out in the family, but they're not going to do that. So they're going to use Diddy as, I'm going to take it all out on him and be frustrated because ain't no way we are seeing this and people are not changing in the real world because they are not changing. They are still laid up with these kings. That's the sad part. That's the bad part, that this is a warning. Okay. God has allowed this to be front and center because he's trying to send you a warning and you're not listening. You think this is about Diddy? This ain't about Diddy. It's about you. It's so many of y'all that's laid up with Diddies. It's so many of y'all that sympathize with the Diddies in your family, in your church, and you just giving a pat. This is what it's really for. This is why it's on display. This is a warning for you, okay? Because this Diddy shit, it could have been handled behind closed doors, but God wanted to make an example, honey, to get you to wake up, and you still not waking up because you don't think this shit is about. It's about you, ho. Okay, but hell, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. My goodness. Now, a lot of people are saying KFC got shut down for serving honey. Well, KFC, are you out there? The people are calling your name. Come up here, KFC. I don't know what's going on with her. Maybe she's with Diddy now. I don't know. I don't know, honey. And if you guys want me to interact and become KFC, I can do so. Because the thing about me, right? I have a talent. Not only do I have a gift for gab, but I also can interpretate other people's thoughts and actions because I know people that well. So if you guys just want a villain that's going to be pro Diddy and you just want to hear what they would say, I can do that for you. No problem. It's going to be easy breezy, only if that's what you want me to do. Okay, since KFC is not going to come up here, maybe she's chicken. Okay, burp, burp, burp. Maybe she's a chicken butt. But before we get to Nancy Grace, I got to let you guys know this. Diddy denied bail again due to the possible witness intimidation concerns. All right, so this is his second time trying to get bailed out. And he told the judge, he said, listen here, I'm not going to mess with no women's. I promise you. And people are saying, well, what about the men's? Because you have a reputation of not only messing around with women, but you got a reputation of messing around with these men too. Okay. And that is something. The craziest villain in the Black community is a gay man or a bisexual man or whatever you want to call it. Ooh, the Dark King, the Dark King, the Dark Knight. Okay, P. Diddy, take that, take that, take that. So I just feel like he has miscalculated because that is so embarrassing to ask for something only to be denied again and again and again and again, again and again and again and again. Did you not think this through? Are you on those coquiana that kind of clouds your brain? I expected so much more from Diddy because they say he's this and he's that. Like I said, I don't follow Diddy. I've never been a Diddy fan because I was raised in a way. I don't worship celebrities. And I see celebrities as everybody else. I don't put people on a pedestal. And a lot of people were saying, well, yeah, they were so happy that he was a Black man that was making all this money. But I didn't see it like that because you're a Black man making the money. I gotta feel the effect. I don't see that for me. Shit. I didn't want to be a producer. So that didn't inspire me. And Diddy ain't did shit for me. So that don't inspire me. Maybe for Black people that's into the music arts, or maybe Black people that just see every Black success as a win. I've never really looked in the world like that, like black, white, and all that shit, you know. I've never really looked at the world like that. So yeah. So let's continue on. He's been denied. Okay. So embarrassing. Now they are saying that he does have a win. They said that this court with this guy, this gay guy, I guess he was trying to get in this gay guy panties and he was taking that, take that. And the gay guy came out. And they said that Diddy has won this because the gay guy did not do the lawsuit right. He did not properly contact Diddy. He did not do the shit right. Okay. And that's that on that. Now, what I gotta feel about the gay man. Listen, dude, that $100 million is not going to heal your spirit and your dookie hoe. Okay. Get that shit stitched up. I don't know if he broke his hole or not. Okay. But you know, when I was raising up, you know, ain't no man gonna allow another man to go in his dookie shoot. Okay. And if you did go in his dookie shoot, the men I knew, they're gonna take your ass out of here. Okay. For violating them like that. You don't play around with no man like that. So these new men are definitely different. So, because you can play with their dookie shoe all day long. Okay. Black men are just different nowadays. So that's that on that. So look like I don't know who he is. Do y'all know who this man is? You got his Instagram so we can look him up. I want to see who he is. I don't know his name. I don't know, was he a backup dancer or what the hell? But it looked like Diddy did win on this, and I guess we have to see upcoming. But they say it's a lot of men that are coming out that just allowed that shit to happen. I don't know what else to say about it. Y'all men need to go to church, okay? All this fornication and all this sex before marriage. You know, when you going around Diddy, you going around Satan, nigga. What you expect? You keep on playing with the devil, you're gonna get burned. You keep on taking your ass over to hell. What the hell you expect, motherfucker? Okay, that's how I feel about it for real. If you want to be honest with you. But I don't know. I want to know, what do y'all think about this shit with this gay dude? Huh? What y'all think? What y'all think? They said, does J Lo have some explaining to do, in your opinion? You know, I gotta look into J Lo. I don't know much about that whore. You know, I mean, what's the problem with J Lo? I don't know much about it. You gotta come more than say, do J Lo have an issue? I don't know nothing about no goddamn J Lo. Okay, he go to jail to that. J Lo knows more than what she is putting on to. Well, that's up to her and God. You know, J Lo has to answer to God. She don't have to answer no man. J Lo don't have to answer to the courts. You know, that is between J Lo and God, and that's what I'm gonna leave that alone. J Lo and God, they gonna handle that. That ain't none of my business. All right, so let's continue on. Before we get to the Nancy Grace, it says DJ Envy says he believes Diddy should be granted the opportunity for bail, just as other celebrities. So let's
appealing that decision, him and his attorney, with Judge Carter. Judge Carter, because I reached out to Diddy's attorney and I said, well, what's the difference? Why appeal the next day? And he said Judge Carter is a judge that will be presiding over the full trial itself.
Different judge, right?
So they think that there will be a difference in that.
Do you think he's gonna get a bail?
Do I?
Yeah, I'm just asking.
I don't think that Diddy is going to get a bail.
I think Diddy should get a bail.
And
I ain't asking what you think. I said, do you think he's going to get one?
I think he is. The fact that he's putting up $50 million, the fact that he's putting up his family's passports, his mom's crib, the fact that he said he'll wear a GPS monitoring system, he'll only be in Miami, in New York.
Well, I guess DJ or whoever he is, he's wrong because his bail got denied. And there's another thing I heard. I heard that Diddy, he went against the Democrats and he was not giving the Democrats no more money. And the Democrats said, you're going to learn. Then I heard that Diddy, he was also trying to do what Bill Cosby was doing. He was trying to buy all these studios. And the people got to let him know, you got to stay in your place, because they don't want the world to be affected by Diddy influence, because Diddy, he does all them drugs, you know. He does not believe in marriage and nothing like that. So the people feel like we got to take his ass down, find anything, because he is a threat to society. You know, Diddy influence buying all those studios is a threat to society. So they have to take him down, because a lot of people know, you know, just like Diddy, it's a lot of them that do the same shit. So why they're not going after everybody else? Because everybody else ain't no damn threat. Everybody else is not trying to buy no goddamn studios, but Diddy is, and he's not giving no money from the Democrat Party. Oh, hell nah. His ass got to learn. He got to learn. So that is what I'm hearing word on the street, honey, okay? Yes. And a lot of people will say, well, shit, well, ain't Diddy a Democrat? Well, he may not be a Democrat at heart. He's not for liberal, because anybody that's taking something against somebody real will, that is not a liberal. That's not you. That how can you be a liberal when you don't have a liberal lifestyle? He is a dictator. Diddy lifestyle is one of a Putin. Diddy lifestyle is one of a Trump. He is a dictator. He likes to control other people's lives. He don't like to give other people no liberty. So just because he was a liberal and he voted, that does not mean that that's who he is in his lifestyle. And I think people get that shit confused. Okay, so let's continue on. What else we got up in here? So they are saying also that Diddy lawyer says that Cassie hit in the head with a cell phone prior to the attack. Claims she has been cheating on Diddy for years with her current husband. This is what I gotta say about that. Can y'all please stop forcing these marriages and relationships? I mean, these relationships and marriages, they're crap. When I go on social media, the number one thing is about marriage and relationships. Y'all so damn desperate to have somebody to love y'all. Why don't y'all love yourself? You never tried that. Validate your damn self. All of y'all are walking around here with a chicken with a head cut off, trying to find love me, love me, love me, love me, love me. I don't think Diddy should have never been in no damn relationship, and I don't think Cassie should have never been in a relationship. But they're trying to get in these relationships to trying to benefit as a scheme. Can y'all please stop doing that shit? Okay. Because y'all are getting in bed and y'all make it the marriage and the relationship, the whole experience has ruined. Marriage has a horrible reputation, and so does relationships, because y'all are getting in these relationships and marriages for the wrong reasons. Y'all want to control people. Y'all want a lot of people. Y'all want to cheat on people, dictate people. Shit, y'all want to do a lot. And it's just it becomes messy. I'm sorry to cough in your damn ear. That was so damn gross. Please forgive me. So that's he say versus she say. Now, this is another thing that popped up. Mimi. Mimi is Stevie J baby mama. Now, I don't know why Mimi laid up with Stevie J, because they say he is a whore and he got multiple kids. But you know, that's what these girls like. They like the bad boys. They like this shit because of the money. That's what I'm assuming. And to me, I think that's a form of selling your soul right there. If you're willing to lay up with a man and allow him to cheat on you, and that's not your values, and you're doing it because he got money and he can provide for you, I see that as selling your soul. You are selling your values. Your values doesn't add up to him, but you're willing to sacrifice your morals and values for the sake of money. To me, that is just the same. That is just the same. And since when you do that, you're going to get what you deserve. You're going to get what you deserve. Okay, so let's hear this. She said that her relationship with Steve J and Diddy cost her show.
Okay, now, of course, Mimi, because you are here, people are of course asking, what about Stevie? What about Stevie? Now, today, Stevie J, your baby daddy, he did post a video, took to social media and posted a video of like just driving down the highway, smooth sailing, playing Sade, kind of giving a vibe of not a care in the world. What say you?
So baby oil music. The way my algorithm is set up, I don't see anything that Stevie J does. So I don't know what he did today. This is the first time I'm hearing about him driving down the highway playing Sade. I don't know what that man does.
Sade is baby oil music. Let me tell you.
It is baby oil.
Oh, it is.
He was driving down what curls? Was it like beach on the side? Like what?
It wasn't It looked like middle America. I will say this, the shocking thing to me, Mimi, because I know you and him for a very long time, I was shocked that he had a car. Mimi, you ain't about to eat every time you don't want to answer something or a comment. Did he take your car, Mimi?
My car's in the garage, baby. My car's in the garage.
Faith Evans, people, is there a car missing from your garage or your driveway? Is one of the fleet, are you one try in your fleet, Faith Evans? Because someone's car had to be used, right?
You ain't right.
Maybe it's a rental, or maybe it's the chick he with now. Who knows whose car it is?
Come on.
How many bottles of KY and Baby L do you think that he had in his trunk as he got away?
All right, so they ain't talking about shit. This is wasting my damn time, to be honest with you. They ain't talking about shit. All right, so it says Diddy, I guess it's a band member, and these two girls. Were you going to make me or release some freak off shit? I guess they said that Diddy is exposing or threatening people to expose their freak off shit. And if you are exposing people to do some freak off shit, I just feel like the man thing you can do is just go down by yourself. Don't bring nobody else down with you, Diddy. Just be the man about it and just say it was all you. You don't know nobody involved in it, and it's you, because you're the one that got their ass caught up. They don't care about nobody else. They care about you. So Diddy, stop being a coward and just go out there and get what you damn deserve. Get what you damn deserve. Get what your ass deserve. Okay. But the rich men of this world, that is not how they were brought up. They're used to getting away with a lot of crimes. They're used to being brat. They're used to doing whatever they want to do and getting away with it. So this is a transition in Diddy's life. He have never experienced this. And this is a transition. This is going to change Diddy forever, and I'm sure already has. And I just wish that he will humble himself and just say, hey, it was me, take me down for it, leave everybody else out of this, and just end that shit. I think that's a real boss thing for him to do, is not to be a rat, but just to expose himself and just be done with the shit. Because a lot of people are done to talk about Diddy, and how Diddy is doing it, it's just dragging it out. Okay, so they are also stating, this is coming from Tia, which is Rick Ross' ex-wife or baby mama. I don't know what the situation it was, but she states that DJ Khaled and Rick Ross was a part of the Fr3ak rituals, as you guys can see here. She reposted this, pretty much confirming that Rick Ross was sleeping around with Diddy. And what Meek Mills was sleeping around, and I guess they had a black man, a black king, a dark-skinned black king event with DJ Khaled. Now, DJ Khaled, they say he's Hispanic, so I don't know what was going on, but they invited big boys up in this thing too, so they was not discriminating whether you big, fat, skinny, ugly. I guess when you're on the drugs. When you on them drugs, I've never been on drugs before, but I'm assuming when you on them drugs, you don't discriminate. When you on drugs, you can get with big bitches, small bitches, sick bitches, desperate bitches, ugly bitches. It does not matter when you on them drugs. Thank God I've never been on no damn drugs. Woo, I thank Jesus. I ain't never had no use for no drugs. I was raised right, we don't play that where I come from. No. Oh, I'm glad I'm not addicted to no damn drugs. So Trick Daddy, he was also part of the reports, and he has something to say about this.
No. The next person asks me if I've been in one of them parties, I'm gonna slap the shit out you. They don't like mankind at them parties. There's a few other real niggas in hip hop that I don't believe ever been invited to one of them parties.
Thank you.
I'm live right now. I don't want to hear that shit. Let me explain something to y'all. This is not the time to go off killing yourself, taking no medicine, drinking no bleach, eating no motherfucker.
Girl. Trick Daddy, you too damn old. Shit. What is he talking about? It ain't no time. Who's gonna take themselves out of here? He is something else. Now, Trick Daddy, you and Diddy, y'all are of the same pot. Y'all both a part of Eaty Booty Gang. Y'all both pushed over sexualized stuff. Y'all both dark skinned. Y'all both into hip hop. Y'all both got the same values and morals. So therefore, it's not a stretch for them to think that you may be associated with this, considering that you and Diddy, y'all have a lot in common when it comes to that booty, that the dookie missed. All right, so let's get up to here. Let's see what Nancy has to say about this. Come on, Nancy, give it to us.
We just got our hands on this very lengthy federal indictment, and the feds go whole hog. They're not going to charge you with 1 or 2 counts. I'd like to direct your attention to paragraph 12A. Combs and other members and associates of Combs Enterprise, there's your witnesses right there, wielded power and prestige and would have repeat freak offs. Freak offs, the feds. They're
freak offs. Okay. So Rosie want to know, they're both dark skinned. What does that have to do with anything? Rosie Knight, it has a lot to do with everything. Okay. And let me break it down to you guys about the dark skin. When we were growing up, we were always told that the dark skinned man is the most masculine man. That was in our society. You understand? They have always put the masculine man as a dark skinned man and put him in the face of the kings of the Black community. And so for the record, now we move to 2024 and these Black kings are bending over, and ain't nothing wrong with bending over, but in the Black community, that is seen as the weakest thing you can do as a man. They used to take your man card away in the Black community if you were getting that back blown out. Even in the gay community, if you are out here in the gay community and they know you to be a bottom, they don't respect you as no man. They don't see you as a full man. They say, "Oh, that's a girl. She loves take that." So, and that's in the Black community. I can't speak for the white community because I don't know shit about them or the Hispanics, but I know about the Black community. So I'm just saying it's interesting how things are going to play. And you know, in the Black community, y'all love to talk about dark skin, light skin shit. I'm just calling it out here. That's all I'm doing. Shit. You know, the chocolate brothers are really showing their ass, literally, okay, and telling you to eat that, okay, because they both like to get that get that backdoor ate like Oreos. They want you to lick that cream off the Oreo. So yeah. So any other questions? Shit, any other questions? Let's go. Let's go.
Not mine. They were elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs himself arranged, directed during, and often electronically.
So somebody says, is that why Hispanic women love dark-skinned meat? If you visited, yes. In the Black community, it always has been a myth that the lighter you are, the prettier you are, and the more feminine. They associate lighter with feminine and darker with masculine. Now people are trying to get away from those stereotypes. However, we are in a Trump era, so a lot of stuff is going backwards. A lot of the stereotypes that people have fought so hard to go against, they are going backwards. And as you know, society is really based on what majority make it. You know, if majority believes something to be true in a society, then that is pretty much the flow of society and how it goes. So yeah, you know, when they see a dark skin, you never heard nobody, oh, he dark skinned. That's why they sexualize dark skin, because it's supposed to be the most masculine, the most tough, you know, Chevy Ford build. You know? But let's continue on. Let's continue on.
Recorded a freak off. In arranging them, Combs, listen, here's the witnesses, with the assistants and members and associates of Combs Enterprise. Here's the crime: transported, caused to be transported, sex workers across state lines and internationally. They occurred regularly, sometimes lasted multiple days, involved multiple commercial sex workers. And during the
Tell it, Nancy. Now, Ivy says Black people are the only culture obsessed with race and color. And I do have to tell the truth, Ivy, because you're absolutely wrong. You're absolutely wrong, Ivy. If that's the case, then why did your slave master separate the light-skinned Blacks from the dark-skinned Blacks? Why did they put the dark skins out in the field? Because they felt that they can take that sun much longer. And why did they keep the light skinned in the house? But you want to sit up here and you want to lie in my face and act as if the Black community is the only one obsessed with color and race. No, sweetheart. The Black community is pretty much has been hijacked from their home. The Black community has been stolen from their rights. They have been stolen from their ancestors. They have been stolen from their homeland, and they have been indoctrinated into the Europe ideology of color and race. And that is still has a big effect on Black Americans today. So please save it. Everybody cares clearly about color. When you go to Asian, they are obsessed with color as well. When you go to Russia, they're going to judge you based on your skin complexion, you know, and the whole world is into color and race. The whole world is into sex and gender. You know, people respect genders differently. It's this whole myth that if Kamala Harris become president, that other countries not going to respect America because they have a female, which is bullshit. Because look at Trump. He's got shot at twice. So his own people in America don't even respect his ass. So for me, I can't vote on him because he is a liability. You know, if they are trying to take him out before he wins, can you imagine when he gets into that seat? They're going to definitely try to take him out. So why would I want to bet on such a risky player when he is a liability. Okay. So, honey, that's that on that. But let's continue on. But I will be looking in the comment sections, going back and forth.
That's just a nice word.
Yeah.
That's just a nice phrase for forcing women to be videoed while they're being raped. During their freak-offs, Combs distributed drugs to victims to keep them obedient and compliant. Sometimes, unbeknownst to the victims, Combs kept videos he filmed of victims in sex acts with sex workers. Did you hear that? That's exactly, Nima Ramani, what Cassie Ventura said in her lawsuit, that he would force her to complete sex acts with sex workers, and
that is so disgusting that that's what he was doing. He was forcing, he was drugging her, and that's where the stuff is just getting bananas at. You know, find somebody that's what you into. I mean, this could have been prevented. He did not have to scar this young lady for life like this, but he did, and now he has to pay the consequences. Now, people are saying, you know, Asian people, they're obsessed with color. Well, African people, they're obsessed. If you go to Africa, it's a lot of bleaching cream, as you guys know that. And then when you go to Europe, especially back in the 1500s, 1600s, 1400s, Queen Elizabeth, I don't know if you guys know her, the first Elizabeth Queen, the Tudor, right? The Tudor girl. She used to powder her face extra white because in the white community back in those times, the whiter you were, the more pure that people saw you as. So race and color has always been a dictatorship, how people treat you in this world for a very long time. This is nothing new. This is historic. Okay. So let's continue on.
Video it. After freak-offs, Combs and victims got IV fluids to recover from all the drug use and physical exertion. Can you hear what I'm saying, Ramani?
I do, Nancy.
Hear about the freak-offs?
I do. This is all consistent with what Cassie told us almost a year ago in November. She was forced to have sex with these sex workers. Diddy recorded it. So there's going to be a treasure trove of evidence. And if you look at that indictment, they recovered 1,000 bottles of baby oil, Nancy. 1,000 that were used in these sex acts. So these are women who were brought, and sometimes men, and they were forced to commit sex.
Nima Ramani, you know what? Didn't you go to Harvard?
I did.
Your instructor at Harvard, did you ever imagine that you would be right here, right now, with me, talking about a billionaire's how many bottles of baby oil did he have for his freak-offs? How many?
More than 1,000, Nancy. I never thought when I graduated Harvard Law School at age 22, I would be talking about Diddy rolling around in baby oil.
Can I say something that nobody is talking about the baby oils? I think that, you know what? I blame the Black community. I'll be honest with you. I think the Black community is one of the communities that is so over sexualized. And even back in history, they have always sexualized the Black community. And it looks like the Black community now, they just took them on themselves and they say, okay, we want to be the whores of the world. Okay. We want to be the sluts of the world. Are the men, they have no control over their flesh when it comes to sexual desires. They are risky, a high risk. They are careless. They can't just mess with one person. They got to keep messing with a lot of people. They got to lie about it. They have to cover up with their loved ones. And that all falls under discipline. Whoever raising these kings does not raise them with discipline. They have no control over their wants or their emotions. They are emotional, irate. Okay. So I do feel that, you know, discipline, self-control, accountability for things that you've done wrong is something that a parent's responsibility is to raise and instill in a child. And unfortunately, it shows the way these kings are operating out here. They are moving reckless. Their parents, mom or dad, I don't know which one, is not instilling that in them, you know, and it shows. So I will say that, and nobody really talks about that. But let's continue on.
Sex workers. So The answer to that is no.
Me either. But this is just a tiny taste of what we're getting right here. And I'll tell you what I think, Romani, and the feds are not going to like it, but they were facing the prospect of being a toothless tiger, a house cat. They had Cassie Ventura and a video leaked of him beating her, kicking her, dragging her up and down the halls of a hotel on video. A grown man out in the hall wearing nothing but a towel, beating her viciously and dragging her back to his hotel room to do what? Her. That's my allegation. And they were doing nothing. There was a string of people saying, he made me have sex with sex workers. He videoed it. There's the Tupac Shakur cloud, murder hanging over him. So what were the feds going to do? Sit back and twiddle their thumbs? No, they had to act, Romani.
Well, of course they had to act. We've all seen that video of Diddy beating Cassie in 2016. And, you know, when you're talking about RICO, there's a 10-year window for those predicate acts. So that window is coming up.
2016, Romani. 2016, nearly 10 years ago. They had to act or else hang their head in shame.
What I would say about this as well in the Black community, okay with, you know, men being over sexualized and not having any discipline behind their sexual acts amongst random and different people. It pretty much honors that, you know, oh, you a player, go ahead and get them, you know. It promotes whoreism when it comes to their men. Now, when it comes to men beating on women, I know when I was raised, when we saw or when our society seen a Black man beating on a woman, usually it goes, well, what did she do to make that Black man do that? Well, you know, they got to stop running their mouth. You know, these girls to get out of place and they want to talk to a man any type of way, and a real man ain't going to take that, you know? So I also heard the myth, well, shit, my man did me worse. She'll be all right. So I say that to say that a lot of crimes that a lot of these men are facing, they have been growing up and groomed to be these monsters. If you go into these hoods right now, it's a lot of men that constantly beat on their wives, cheating on their wives, and doing all this shit. And nobody's holding them accountable in their family. Nobody's holding them accountable in their church. Nobody's holding them accountable in their hood. Okay. So it's a big deal. It's a whole culture thing. You know, a lot of people are now want to hold them to the fire, but they don't hold their own Pookie to the fire. So, I mean, that's just that on that. That is really that on that. So I do have a caller here, and I'm glad I do have a caller because I definitely want to get your input on it. Can we please get the likes up? And I think this is KFC. 301, are you there? Is this KFC?
What's up? How you been?
Good, girl. You know what? I've been waiting for you at the door, and so have so many other people. I'm glad you called in.
Thank you. What's going on?
Well, it's a lot of issues going on with Diddy. I don't know if you know, but he is locked up. He's been denied twice. So people really want you to eat the pie that they're throwing in your face because Diddy is locked up, and you said that, you know, he would never get locked up. And it looks like you were a liar. You got it wrong.
Nah, I can defend mine. Because remember I told you I'm never scared. First of all, I disagree with everything they're doing to Diddy. That's the first thing. An indictment does not mean that the accused has been found guilty of a crime. I mean, let's just put that out there, right here now. All an indictment is a formal accusation based on the available evidence that they have that there existed a probable cause to charge the accused with the crime. But this man is still innocent till proven guilty. Also, another thing, the fact that they released all the facts to this case. Why would you release all this stuff about these 1,000 bottles of body oil and all this stuff, baby oil and stuff they have on them? How do you expect him to get a grand jury that's not going to be biased towards him? When Donald Trump got down with Stormy Daniels, did they release all the details in that? Did they tell you what Donald Trump likes, what he was wearing, what position they engaged in? They didn't tell you none of that. So why are they telling you all this about Diddy? What's the purpose of telling you all this about Diddy? Also, another thing, nobody wasn't interested in Diddy back in April when all this allegedly went down. I noticed that as soon as Joe Biden dropped out of that presidential campaign, then they came for Diddy. It's like they have to have a pawn to persuade you where you're going to vote. The Republicans are using Diddy to get the black vote, and the Democrats are using Diddy to get the black vote. Bottom line, because if you had all this stuff on this man for so long, when you first raided his home, the tapes you have now, you probably had it when you raided his home. Why come you didn't lock him up? Why come you didn't put him on house arrest? Why come you didn't revoke his passport? You didn't do none of that. Now all of a sudden you got all this smoke for him, but you allegedly had all this convicting evidence on him back in April. So what's been the delay? That's all I want to know. What has been the delay? I stand on that. And plus, a lot of things, they said Diddy turned himself in. He was supposed to be picked up on Tuesday. He turned himself in on Monday. And even his attorney shared that he came to New York to basically engage the court system, all right, to start the case. Whenever you turn yourself in, they're going to arrest you. But that doesn't mean you're pleading guilty. That doesn't mean you're guilty. Still, I don't understand why it's so hard for people just to wait to see how the grand jury is going to play it out. That doesn't mean he's guilty. They did the same thing to OJ. All right? They allegedly had all this stuff on OJ. Oh, they following him around on the Beltway and all that. And did OJ, was he found guilty? And they supposedly had all these facts. They released all this stuff in the media. The way she looked on the ground, all the blood. There was drops of blood in the Bronco. It was a bloody sock in the house. They had all this stuff, the glove, all this, the hat, all this stuff. Was he found guilty? So what I'm saying is 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Yeah, you may not like that or whatever. It may sound weird to you, but that's not a crime. That's not a crime. All right, I told you that in California, you can have SA parties in your home. So wouldn't it be something if he was just live filming pornography and that's what all those videos mean? Wouldn't that be something? And he really didn't do nothing wrong? Because, you know, pornography is filmed a lot out in California, too. That's $1 billion industry as well. And they film those videos all the time in the home. To me, that still doesn't mean Diddy did anything. What he did to Cassie wasn't right. It made him look like a bad person. But what I'm trying to say is that why didn't they pick him up on that? Like, you trying to say he's all this based upon the video you seen of Cassie, but what I'm saying is it wasn't enough to bring any charges against him. So I just think the way they did it was real sloppy. You know, I questioned the way they handled it, and I just think it was unfair. Because if you want somebody to get a trial, which is their right, when they're found guilty of something on the court of law, why would you disclose all the details of what this man was doing or what all this and stuff? And those workers that they're saying, how do you know they weren't paid? How do porn actors, why do porn actors get up there and film themselves? Isn't it because they get paid? If you go to porn websites, some people up there doing the same thing that they're accusing Diddy of. So wouldn't it be something that Diddy paid them people? Them people got paid by Diddy or something like that? And it had nothing to do with people thinking with the stuff they're trying to allegedly accuse him of. I mean, that's just all I got to say.
Well, you do have some phone calls. Yeah. You do have some phone calls, so stay right there. People do want to.
Oh, my God. Here we go. Okay, can I say a little prayer before they call in?
Go ahead.
Lam, okay, I'm ready. Go ahead. Tell them call in.
All right. So call in if you have any questions or concerns or comments for KFC. The number is at the bottom, and the StreamYard the link is at the top. If you have any questions for KFC and concerns about her rebuttal, calling from 412. You're live on the air.
Hey, Gigi, good evening to you and everybody out there, all the party crashers on this wild Wednesday night. How y'all doing out there tonight, party crashers?
Good. How you doing, love?
I'm feeling good. I got me a little sippy, something in my little sippy cup over here. So I feel like dragging Nancy disgrace a little bit.
Oh,
because
go ahead.
how dare she? Because, and I first of all, before I do that, I really want to pay respect and ask for justice for victims of Diddy. I'm a 90s baby, and so I did grow up on bad boy music. It is devastating to see, you know, someone of his status, another black man, being taken down. But, you know, Karma has this way of finding your address, and it found his. And so, you know, with that being said, I pray that all those victims that have been affected and touched and victimized by whatever him and his team did in that time frame. So I really don't have any comment for what the last caller had to say. I'm just gonna say that on period. But I need for Nancy Disgrace to hold Donald Trump to the same standard. I need her to execute that same energy. Let me take a sip real quick. I need Nancy Disgrace to use that same energy on Donald Trump's 43 convictions because she has been absolutely silent. Okay? Now all of a sudden this salacious story with Diddy, here she is. She needs to go sit her ugly face down somewhere. She needs to go sit herself down somewhere in the Mayo Clinic because we don't need to hear from you. See, some of these pale folks, some of these people of no color, they need to know their place in black spaces. And right now, she's out of line. She needs to be sat all the way down because how dare you? She needs to hold Trump accountable. She needs to call Trump out, and she needs to worry about her white business right now and leave ours alone. I really don't think there's much more to be said, you know, because Diddy's going to get what Diddy needs to get. But right now, Nancy Disgrace needs to get out our face. And y'all finish having a good, wonderful,
Stay
wild
right
Wednesday
there. Stay
night.
right there. I want to know what KFC had to say about your commentary. KFC, what are your thoughts?
I mean, with Nancy Grace, I've been say that. She has selective memory. I don't ride for her. She's been sued a couple of times. Let's talk about the young black woman that was murdered by the Uber driver. That was S.A. unalived. No one is talking about that. Like I said, what's concerning to me about Diddy is that in April, this is my opinion, Joe Biden was in there. No one cared about Diddy. They raided his house. It went under the wire. Then all of a sudden, after Joe Biden jumped out, it's like the Republicans on Get Back. Look at the lie they said about in Springfield, Ohio, about them eating dogs and cats. And J.D. Vance said out of his own mouth, he lied about it. He carried that lie because he wants people to pay attention. All I'm saying, I just think it's kind of odd that they wait 2 months before the election and they go after Diddy. I just think it's really, really strange. When you had all this time, you've been sitting on Diddy and you haven't done anything. You know, you can look at YouTube videos.
Can I say something? Can I interject? Because it's called switching the narrative. It's called switching the narrative. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'm fair when it comes to bipartisanship. You could be Republican, you could be independent, you could be Democrat, Democrat, whatever they calling folks nowadays, Green Party, Red, I don't care. Redneck, I don't care any of that. At the end of the day, it's about our survival. And I'm not saying that either party, but at the end of the day, you ain't gonna play in my face and tell me that Trump needs to be the overseer of nuclear war codes and all that old kinds of stuff. They can get out my face. I'm educated, college graduated, and so ain't nobody gonna play in my face about this fool of a man with 30-something convictions. Yup, and I'm mad, and it's sad and it's a shame that some of y'all ain't mad that this fool of a man is sitting here playing in our faces and that our government is allowing it. So yeah, at the end of the day, I said what I said. Justice for the victim. Diddy gonna get what he gonna get, and I pray the sweet black baby Jesus, okay, that Trump get what he needs to get to.
All right.
Yeah. Well, okay, but my thing on that call is this. Right now, I know I question why the first thing they did was they ran to the media and they told the media so much. The baby oils, he was doing this, it was guys, it was this. Why are they doing that? But why are you releasing that? How are you going to select people for a grand jury that already are going to have premeditated thoughts about this man? Because people are already saying that he's guilty and he hasn't been found guilty. That's what I question right there. And the second thing about it is too, like Donald Trump, like I mentioned before, with his case, the SA, you heard nothing about it. Or everything was sealed on that one. One thing, the NYPD said Diddy was under investigation for nothing. Now all of a sudden, he had to turn himself back into the feds in New York. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, if he did all this stuff, if he did all this stuff in New York, why would the NYPD come out and say This man was under investigation for nothing. Now, a lot of people can say, well, they did that because they didn't want the media enough. If that's true, and you want to hold yourself to the fire on that, then why would you come back and tell us what's on the tapes? Why do we need to know that? Why do I need to know what's on his tapes?
All right,
because you don't know what was on Donald Trump's tapes.
There's going to be more that will be revealed, Gigi. Thank you so much for allowing and taking the call and allowing.
Anytime.
Yes,
Call me
ma'am.
back.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
All right. KFC, you stay right there. I'm going to put you on hold. Calling from 310. You're live on the air.
KFC up here talking like I thought she was Jaguar right the whole time. And I was like, that's KFC.
Yeah, that's KFC.
She getting ahead of herself. She getting ahead of herself. I get the excitement, but the reality is Diddy did these things. And guess what? There's consequences. Everybody don't see the same consequences. I'm making an example out of him, but who's wrong about it? What if that was her? What if that was you, KFC? What if that was Gigi? These are things that he did.
Okay,
and now
but this is the thing, though. You're saying they're making an example out of him. Everything is wrong with that. Why come they not making an example out of themselves?
So if you run in your household and your kids running amok and you're going to make an example, someone has to be the example. Hey, if you do this, this is what's going to happen.
You can't apply that scenario to Diddy's case, though.
Why can't I?
It's not a balanced example. You know,
and
more or less like what
balance?
Donald Trump did is a balanced example. You still don't know everything Donald Trump has done. Why
we don't know
you
everything that Diddy's done
treatment?
either.
But with our color, everything has to be put on blast. I don't like the way they did them, and also I don't like the way they brought the case out right before the election time. Like they're going to try to use Diddy to try to persuade us and our thinking about who should get the black vote, when we should be basing our black vote on who's going to do what for us, because each candidate does nothing for our community. They're just using Diddy as a pawn to go back and forth, and I think that's so unfair.
So let's talk about that. So you said they're using Diddy as a pawn for.
Of course they
what
are.
Exactly?
Okay, let me ask
so?
you this. Okay, let me tell you.
Okay.
For this reason, because America don't like black people, they never have.
True.
But if you go look at on YouTube, when people shoplift in Walmart, I'm not trying to bring this up, but they do. When they shoplift in Walmart and they call the cops look at the video, what do? They arrest that person. They don't say, oh, what have you been doing before? Or what does your record look like? It don't work like that. You get arrested based upon how much you go to a judge, a magistrate judge. You can either get released on your own recognizance or the judge will make the decision whether to lock you up or not. What I'm saying is, why do they want to make sure that we find Diddy guilty? Why do you want to make sure that we find him guilty without him even going to trial? Why would you tell us everything about the body oil, the baby oil and all that? But I mean, we don't even know if that's really true. We don't even know what they're saying is true.
I think the issue here is we don't know who's leaking what information. We can assume, of course, the feds. We don't know who's leaking the information. So when it gets out, it is hard to decipher through, what's serious, what's not. Well, we can't assume that the feds are releasing this information.
Okay, but you heard about the man that sued Diddy, though, right? He's already locked up in jail. He said Diddy S.A.'d him. Diddy didn't show up to court, so he got a $100 million judgment. You got everything is being fabricated.
Yeah, but Diddy, like you said, he heard about it in the press. He didn't get, no one saw him to even give. He didn't. He didn't know about it, so he saw it in the press. Okay,
so why did he so sloppy when it comes down to Diddy, though?
That's the point I'm making. That's happened to me before, where somebody got a judgment and it got dismissed as soon as you go and say, oh, you got to overturn this. His attorney should have been on top of that.
Okay, but let me ask you a question then. When Bill Clinton got in trouble with Monica Lewinsky, how much trouble did he really get into?
Well, let's be clear. Let's take it back to that place. When Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky came out, that was a huge ordeal, and Bill was almost in tears on there because they were dragging Bill. They really
but this
were.
is the thing, though. That wasn't the first woman that Bill has been in compromising positions with. That wasn't the first woman that he's been in compromising positions with. But he still got to be president of the United States. But what I'm saying, if you have all these victims, I still question if you have all these victims, why come none of these victims before this came out stepped up to do anything?
Because they were scared. I mean, have you ever been in a position like
Nah, everybody was scared.
It's fair. We gotta be fair. There was a lot of people scared. If I'm messing with you, and then they're like, Gigi crazy, and I see Gigi in the blue.
Hold the fuck up. Wait, hold on. Wait,
wait a minute.
Hold on. Now, why y'all put my name in this shit? I was gonna let y'all shit ride. Don't do that. You know how
And
this YouTube shit
upsetting to
there.
me,
Flip that
what's
shit in a
upsetting to
minute.
me
Don't you
really,
put my goddamn name in it. God damn it.
what's upsetting to me is that so many people that are black are celebrating what this man is going through. Right? I mean, it's like you don't even know if this man is guilty of all this stuff.
Well, that's the nature of that KFC. That's the nature of black people. You know that. Ain't nothing different.
That's why I don't understand. Like, you know what's really sad that they do that, but yet with Emmett Till, after that trial, the jurors said on that trial, they were going to find, one juror said out his mouth, oh, we was going to say not guilty anyway, even though all that convicting evidence proved that happened to that boy and who was responsible for him. And they said, oh, we were going to say that they didn't do it anyway. We was going to say that in 5 minutes, but we stopped to have a Coca-Cola. That's why we dragged it out for 30 minutes. So I'm so sick and tired of people acting like the criminal justice system really cares about black people, because they do not. It doesn't. It does not. And like I said, once again, why do we have to know all of what was going on in them tapes before he even go to trial?
Because black people nosy.
Why does everybody can't see that?
Because black people nosy. And you know, white people.
No, why do they want us to think that though? Why do they want to persuade us the way we think about this man before he even goes to trial about releasing all that stuff? Because what was on some of the tapes that were saying, you can go to a porn site and see the same thing. It's just that you're paying for it. So how do you know Diddy wasn't making illegal porn in his house or making porn? He has a fetish where he makes porn. How do we not know that?
Can you stop saying that P word?
Because you have people like, oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, just stop saying that P word, child. Shit.
Okay. Well, you know, videos. How do you know those are fake videos?
I agree with you on that too. I think a lot of the things that Diddy was doing, like Boosie said, a lot of things that Diddy was doing, a lot of people were doing, but there are some technicalities, and if they're true, then that's going to change the whole perspective. If Diddy is drugging people prior to them going into these acts, and if he's drugging people without them, if he's throwing something in the juice without them knowing, that's a problem, okay? But then you got people like Dawn, for example. Dawn, she came with her lawsuit, but if you remember Dawn, she was going up against Aubrey for years saying Aubrey's a liar, Aubrey's this. She never saw these things.
Let me ask you a question. Can Dawn sing? Dawn couldn't sing.
Dawn can sing.
Did her career ever blow up? Did your career ever blow up?
No.
So if you see somebody down and out, you see somebody, what you gonna do? What has Don been doing lately? It makes sense that everybody gonna say something now. I mean, that's just what they're gonna do. That's just what they're gonna do. But I mean, like I said again, with Trump, they made sure before that Stormy Daniels case went to trial, you didn't know nothing about the details of that. You didn't know if Donald Trump wear boxes or briefs. You didn't know. In fact, I read a little snippet of it where they're saying that he was laying on the bed with his hands behind his head. And that's it. They didn't go into none of that stuff. Maybe Donald Trump like
right?
you got the
Gene Bills. You got all these people that are already making these headlines. The media, it's hard not to jump into that money grab. Somebody's releasing these photos. Did you see the picture of all the baby oil?
No, I didn't see it because I think that's fake.
The picture and the release of that, I don't think it's fake. I think it's real, and I think that someone is leaking.
Why would you need 1,000 bottles of baby oil? I mean, baby oil.
Because he probably has it in surplus. I don't think he needed it for one day. You know what I'm saying? He just got it on
But baby oil is
not
the best lubricant, though.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. How you know he wasn't for his skin? How you know he was going to pack him up? But how you know he was going to pack him up and donate them to maybe some kids overseas? Why are we assuming that?
And I think that's the key right there. There's a lot of assumptions, but Diddy is not found guilty yet. Do I think he's going to be in jail for 20 years? I don't. I don't think they're going to be able to get R. Kelly on him. I don't. But they need to be careful. And if they got all them tapes and he's freaked out like he is, there may be some technicality that he's going to fall back on and it's not going to work out.
Well,
he went too far.
Well, hold on, because I'm going to go to some other callers. You guys stay right there. But I do think that the baby oil can be used as a distraction for a talking piece to get you unfocused. Right. That's just the obvious.
Right.
That's just the obvious. Okay, but stay right there, both of you guys. I want to go on to another caller. Caller from 314. You're live on the air, 314.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm good. I'm tired. I normally be hyped when I talk to you and be on your show, but I'm a little tired today. But I'm just calling in just to say hi, and I'm listening to you and listening to the people, other callers that are calling in. I'm hearing about Puffy or P. Diddy or Sean or whatever. I'm hearing about all this stuff going on with him, and you know, it might have been due time. Might have been due time. I don't know. I don't want to accuse the man of doing something, but I mean, you know, it's pretty much, it's, you know, pretty much probably something that unfortunately has been done, and you know, something you got to pay the price when you do stuff like that. So
Yeah. And my feeling is towards you, let's just talk. You know, he have done horrible things. Now, I do believe
I
that
agree.
all of y'all have done horrible things, but it's about he overstepped his lane. A lot of people feel that he was trying to purchase a lot of studios and he was trying to become a bigger man than the white man has agreed upon. And we all know that they're trying to make America back great again. So, in order to make America back great again, they do have to take a lot of power from these black influencers because a lot of people don't like the black influence and how it's affecting their family and how it's affecting their kids because they feel like black influence comes from broken home anyway. So you having that big influence based on their money to influence America, and we're trying to correct America. So therefore, we got to knock some people down by using their own skeletons in their closet. So it's a very personal situation. It's just like I always talk about. You have a lot of people speeding on the highway. However, it was purposely we're going to pull over Diddy because we just see him as a bigger threat than everybody else speeding. He is more of a bigger threat. So we want to stop him. And hopefully by us stopping him, it will send a signal to everybody out there that want to go to the same play that Diddy. We thought we told y'all how we did Bill and R. Kelly, but you black kings are not getting the message because I don't know, you feel like you're special. So therefore, we're gonna have to make an example again, and this time we're gonna drag it out. And every time it's gonna get worse and worse on your benefit. So you play how you want to play. That's
now let
how
me
I
ask you a
feel.
question.
Go ahead.
I saw something yesterday. I forgot what YouTuber it was, but it was somebody, and they were saying it was Puffy. He was holding a child. Maybe somebody in the chat can tell or speak up later. He was holding a child, and he was just naming off names. Now, I didn't hear what he said
Oh
beforehand.
yeah, I seen what you're talking about. So that is an old video. That's like a decade old, and it was rumored to be his the girl that cleans his house, her child. And he was naming names for, I guess, the party. So, you know, you have conspiracy theories. And conspiracy theories is really big in gossip, you know, where it's a lot of lies. And people like to believe in lies. People like to believe in juicy, messy shit. Some people know it's not the truth, but black people are the easiest sheep to deceive because black people, they believe anything pretty much. And they're going to run with it. Yes. In my experience, more black people and uneducated people, when it comes to white uneducated people, they are more prone to just believe anything they hear that is wild and salacious. It's just like out the loop. They're more prone to believe in it versus educated people. So you know, that's good for revenue because conspiracy theories, they make a lot of money just by making up shit. And people gonna tune in, they're gonna eat it up, and that's more money for them. So they keep on pushing it out there and pushing out there. So you do have a lot of Diddy news is part of conspiracy theories. That's why some people don't know what to believe or what not to believe because it's all wrapped up. And now the black community as a whole is wrapped up in conspiracy theory gossip. So it's going to be a lot of drama, a lot of lies, but it goes with the plan of division. And the black community is not strong unit. As you guys see, when it comes to dating, you hear all these podcasts talk about women, the women talk about men. The black community is a mess. You know, when you look at the reality shows, it's all about fighting and chaos each other. I mean, the whole spectrum of the music, of everything, it is a total disaster. So it's easier to spread lies so you can eat them up anyway. So that is my theory on that. So yeah, I do know what you're talking about. That's an old video that people, you know, twist and turn on there. And they just pretty much put their beliefs on there, just like religion. You know, people have beliefs, this is this and that is that. So that's just what that is, in my opinion.
Okay, well, time will tell. We'll be finding out soon.
You know we will.
Yeah, we will. But I'm sorry, I'm kind of like just tired today. I'm a teacher, so I'm tired. I'm ready. I'm just chilling, watching you. So you all have a good evening.
Thank you.
Hopefully I'll talk to you again. I like talking to you. Thank you.
I love talking to you. All right, so some people are saying this. I guess they got offended. How about just say uneducated people, not just Black people? The reason why I say that, because I actually sometimes take the time out and I go and I look at these comments and where they're coming from when it comes to YouTube and Facebook, and it's Black people, I guess because it's Black business and Black people are more invested. You know, you do have Caucasian people there, but I tend to see it's more coming from Black people. Now, people are saying that a lot of clear people are cosplaying Black people. I'm sure you guys heard a lot of white people have screen names and they sound Black. They got pictures of Black people and their comment is, and it's coming from bots from Russia to Nigeria. And that does have a lot of play too, yeah, because they do realize that gossip and rumors is very powerful when it comes to Black America. And people are reading comments, and one comment that somebody can make, it can make for a headline in Black journalism the next day, and it can go bonkers just based on comments alone. So that is the nature of the community, and people love to eat it up. It gives them something to do and something to talk about, and it's hot, messy gossip, So we do have Tony in the background. We see him. Hey, Tony, how are you? I'll bring him up in 1 second. Calling from 404. You're live on the air.
Hey, Didi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. Can't complain. So I was listening to some of your callers previously, and my thing is 60% of Black women and children under the age of 18 have been touched by someone in their family, right?
Yeah.
So when you talk about accountability, and Diddy might be rich and all that, you know what I'm saying? He's on the large screen, everybody can see him and all. And you get upset because those clear folks hold him accountable. Who else is going to hold him accountable? Because it's not us. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, so it's like, what does the Black community want everyone else to do? If you want to have prosperity and a future for the Black community, we have to clean it up.
I think the Black community, want, okay, this is what they want. So whoever the worst white man, and because you treated the worst white man, and you gave him sympathy and you pampered him and you protected him when he in jail, we want that same type of treatment when it comes to our Black criminals. We just want justice. So if you got that white man and y'all are feeding him pizza and shrimp, well, our Black criminals, we want y'all to feed them pizza and shrimp too.
I understand what you're saying, but like when the Black community is outraged, they don't talk about it like that. All they say is, "What about it? What about it? Like, why haven't they went after so and so? He did the same thing." But my thing is, forget them. My thing is like, don't you want our people safe? That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? I wish they could get Pookie and Ray Ray off the block right now, to be honest. I don't think Black people feel that way. Getting sick by my own people.
I feel like Black people don't feel that way. They want to sleep with Pookie. They want to have Pookie baby.
I know.
They want that to be the baby daddy. They want to say free Pookie. They don't want Pookie to go to jail. Okay. Shit, they want to protect Pookie. They're going to keep
totally
Pookie
get it, but that's the problem. And
secret.
this is why white America does not respect us at all. Because we shield the people that need to be held accountable. That's the problem. But if the Black community come together, stop all this trash, and clean this up, then maybe we'll get some respect out here on the street. I'm not even going to hold my breath, but I'm just saying, Black community, we got to do better. When the white man come in and get these thugs, the people that do bad things to our people off the street, I commend them for it. Because we sure ain't doing it. We don't say nothing. We look and we don't look. That's just all I had to say about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Diddy is innocent, you know, the courts will prove that. But by looking at that video of him slapping around that girl on camera, I don't care what else he did. That alone right there is shameful. Shameful. So yes, I'm ready for them to take this man to court. I'm ready for them to get every single person out here, no matter what the race is. If you're a bad man, you're just a bad man. You need to be dealt with. I'm sorry for my anger, but I'm very passionate about this because I care about my people. I care. And, you know, just sitting around here watching all the ignorance that our people are consumed with, you know what I'm saying? With breaking over Trump and this gender war about women and men, and nobody wants to be accountable and all that. Like, we need to stop this. The Black community needs to take responsibility and hold the people that cause terror in our communities, put their feet to the fire. And there's a lot of people like me that feel this way. And we sit back and we watch this. But it will be dealt with. It's coming. It's coming. So I'm going to need all my people in the community, if you out there doing right and all of that, get on board, do right, and teach your children to do better. Get on board because you will be left behind. Nobody got time for this ignorance anymore. And that's all I'm going to say. I appreciate it, Gigi.
And I appreciate you. I thank you so much. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, Keisha, you ain't going to get your free wigs no more because you know they got Pookie and Ray Ray out here at the beauty supply stealing wigs for Keisha. Did y'all know that? I know some of y'all was like, well, you never know. Maybe Ray Ray and Pookie got them wigs for themselves. It might, but I definitely feel like they're getting them wigs for Keisha. all that stolen Louis Vuitton. That Gucci. God damn it. All the Mercedes they driving. You know what they do with the Mercedes? They got these Mercedes cars, okay? They transport them from different state. They erase the VIN number and they redo a whole different VIN number and put in different state and selling these Mercedes for cheap on the low. Honey, they some crooks, okay? But they don't want to get caught up. Oh God. Oh my goodness, I shouldn't be laughing. Hold on, caller from 612. You're live on the air.
Hey Gigi.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, it's Sean from the Sean Davey Show. Hey girl, how you doing?
Hold on, Sean. Hey Sean, how you doing, Sean? I'm so glad you called in. Y'all, we got a celebrity on the line, Sean from the
we
Sean
know we
Davey.
do not.
Yep. Oh no, Sean, you're gonna take this. You're gonna take it like Diddy. Take that. Sean is a celebrity. He does amazing things in his YouTube community. He holds weight and he holds a lot of value. Okay. So I just want to say thank you, Sean, for gracing us over here. And what you gotta say about it?
Oh, well, I just got a couple keynotes so you can get back to you because I'm enjoying your show. So I'm going to get back to listening. But I do want to say this. I did hear a couple callers, and one of them, I want to start by saying, I understand people wanting to like talk about Diddy and defend Diddy and things like that for whatever reason they want to, and they are entitled to that. Just like I'm entitled to feel how I feel, they're entitled to feel how they feel. But the majority of the charges that Diddy's being brought up on are majority Cassie. So these things happen to her. She is their star witness. We all saw, and if you haven't, go watch it, the viral video of what he did to her. So to say that he's innocent is crazy. To say that, because again, some of those charges are stemming from the 2016 hotel video of her being pummeled through and drugged back to that hotel room. We saw it in actuality, real color. We saw it. So I put myself in Cassie's, in any victim's foot, I always walk in their footsteps. If that happened to me, I would be horrified at people going forward saying, what he did to me was innocent. What he did to me was okay. To say innocent until proven guilty, your proof is right there. And that's just, I'm saying, with those charges. So for the other ones, like the racketeering charges and the SDX trafficking charges, yeah, those, pretty much innocent until proven guilty. But those charges that Cassie and the prosecutors are trying to bring up on him for what he did to her, that is very real. And you have solid proof. So if you are looking beyond that, then you're just willfully ignorant, and that's, on you. Other things that I would like to point out, Diddy doesn't own a PORN agency, so there's no way in the world the prosecution nor a judge is going to bite on anything like that to say that those FO videos were adult models, because again, which will be my next point, artists and groupies are not PORN stars. They're not. They did not sign up to do videos. They did not sign up to, even if they did sign up to smash or have FBX, none of them, from what is seen from the indictment, agreed to be filmed. You cannot tell a person that is incoherent. In the videos, you can even see that a lot of them were drifting in and out of consciousness. Most of them were unconscious. How are you going to say that that person gave you permission to do anything, let alone record whatever you're doing while they are unconscious? An unconscious person cannot give consent. And that is proven that they have those videos in the indictment from 2008 all the way to 2024 of video evidence, not just random videos, video evidence of the allegations that are being put out there. Another point that I wanted to pull out, most states, you cannot film PORN, even in your own home. It is illegal. You are not allowed to film. You have to live in certain states in the United States in order to film. So again, the majority of New York, Florida, and California are the majority of it, and there's other states too that are being brought up for the SEX trafficking. 2 of those states, it's illegal to film. You're not allowed to film at all. So that's ending that. That was just buffoonery to say that at all. And also with all of this information coming out with the indictments, again, why would the prosecution put their entire case on display? That is giving Diddy's team, the defense, the opportunity to completely obliterate their whole claim, their whole case that they have against him. I think the people that support Diddy should be worried, because if they put all of that in the indictment, 1,000 bottles of baby oil and the positions and all of that stuff, imagine what they haven't said. Imagine the evidence that they have on the things that will just spring up in court, and Diddy's team just have to have a defense for it. You don't get to see everything that each side has. You just get to see the majority so you can prepare your defense. So I would be more worried about that. And also with that, it seems like Cassie and the 4 other witnesses and the ones that have been subpoenaed are the main people that are going to be doing this. This is an open, pending investigation. So with it being an open and pending investigation, more people can come forward. If they see the majority of the things that they've been through and can relate to the other victims, that will help them come forward. If it's just a little bit of information put out there, then it will be a little harder for the victims to come forward, because all of the victims don't know each other. It's not like they were all in a room. No, some of them, it happened to them years ago, or when he met certain people, they weren't even around anymore. So to help them relate to each other, they'll put certain information out there that can help them come forward. One of the callers also said earlier that they could have been arrested him in like April and whatnot. Why would they do that if they're building a case? They could have arrested him. They found weapons with removed serial numbers, illegal weapons that were modified. They had many reasons to arrest him. But again, he's a big fish. So they needed to see how he would react knowing what was going on to get even more evidence. Case in point, the evidence of them finding out that he's contacted multiple witnesses that are on the subpoena list before the indictment even happened. He wouldn't have been able to do any of that to show the judge and to show the court that he is just not, it's not a good idea to leave him out of jail. He is definitely a risk in every way, being a flight risk, being a tampering risk. He's every risk because he's been doing all of these things since he has been, since the raid happened. Like he was flying out of the country the day they stopped him. They stopped him because they knew he was going out of the country and there were certain things that they needed before he got up out of here because they still let him do what he wanted to do. He still got to charter that flight out in the same day they arrested his, drug mule, his assistant, the same day. They could have arrested him for that. You have someone with you that has illegal narcotics and substances on them. That's enough reason and probable cause to arrest him as well. They let him go on purpose because they wanted to watch his movements. They wanted to see what he would do while these charges were pending. And what better way to do it while raiding him while it's happening so that he knows that he's in hot water so they can see how he will react to them being on his case finally. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you so much, Didi,
Well,
for having
hold on,
me.
Sean, stay right there because I want you to talk to KFC. I want you to talk to KFC. KFC, what you got to say about that?
I disagree with everything he's saying. Your speaking points are your speaking points, and my speaking points is mine. Number one, you don't know where he was filming on those videos. You don't know where that was recorded. Hold on, let me finish real quick because I listened to you.
You don't,
okay, I don't have to know you. I don't have to know you.
I don't
have to know you.
I didn't come up here
but
to talk
this is
to
the
you.
thing. This is the thing. No.
Wait. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sean.
We can have a conversation.
I'm sorry, Sean.
We can have a conversation, but the hostility and all of that, like she know him, neither one of us do. So I was calm, cool, and collected when I spoke. She can be the same way, or she could continue to talk to you because I came up here to talk to you.
Okay,
that's all.
you're right, Sean.
You can go off on the
apologize.
point.
I
You can
apologize.
disagree. That's completely fine. I don't have a
John
problem
said
with
you
any of
got to
that.
pipe
I
down,
don't disagree that she
KFC, because
disagrees.
he's not talking to your
I
ass.
don't have a
yelling.
problem with. I don't care. It's fine. It's a conversation. We don't have to, yell at each other or get hostile. I don't know you. You don't know me. What are we getting hostile for?
That's
true. I was calm, cool, and collected when I spoke. I didn't disrespect anyone.
You
I
was,
didn't say anyone was
honey, you don't
stupid
want
or calling
Sean to
names.
get mad. That's the last thing
really
you want.
don't.
I know she
really
don't. Shit, I don't.
Yeah, because it could go there, but they don't have to.
Yeah, let's not go there because we got the nice shine.
100%. So yeah, you can disagree. That's fine. Go right ahead. I didn't say you have to agree. Well, no, you're entitled to your opinion. That's fine. She has good points too. For somebody defending Diddy, she had really good points. I didn't say, but I think a lot of the stuff to say that he's like literally innocent when there's video proof already out here for some of the crimes that he's being charged with is buffoonery. Like that's weird to sit there and watch a woman be beaten and pummeled. And this is one of the things that she's trying to get him charged with. And you said that he's innocent until proven guilty. No, maybe about the racketeering charges and the other charges like the SLAMS trafficking. Yeah, I would agree to say, yeah, at this point, he is innocent until proven guilty. And I said that. But when it comes to the abuse that Cassie is sued for, and is also trying to get charges brought up on him for, because it hasn't been 10 years. This is why another reason why they need to do this now, because it happened in 2016, and that statute of limitations for 10 years will be up in 2026. It's 2024. So again, he is super guilty for that. So to say that he's innocent for what? No, be specific. Be specific, because I'll be specific, just like I just did. So that's all. Let's not make him innocent for something that we saw with our own eyes. That's one of his charges. It's not like he's not being charged for that. He is, like, literally. And it also helps other people's stories that say that they have been, abused as well. So, as a woman, it's crazy for another woman to overlook that to me. That's why I say that that's buffoonery, because I'm a man. And I can verify that everything on that tape was wrong. And regardless of a court system and how they do, people due to the right to a trial and all of that, we see your guilt. It's different with OJ. We didn't see what OJ did. It's different with Donald Trump. We didn't see what Donald Trump did. None of that is on recording. So it hit different when there is literal proof. Donald Trump and Stormy Daniels, hearsay. OJ and his wife Nicole passing, hearsay. We only know what he's told us. There was no video footage of anything happening. And so why are we comparing them? Let's compare the things that can be compared instead of comparing stuff just because you're making it a race thing by naming other white successful men and comparing them to black ones. A crime is a crime. It doesn't matter what color, race. Now, wrong is wrong. That's it. Like black and white. Let's stop trying to find gray, because it also pushes the narrative that it's okay that Diddy did what he did to Cassie in that hallway. And that is not okay. So to say that he is innocent to me is crazy when so many women do not make it out of those type of situations. They don't. Cassie is blessed to have made it out of it. And I feel that needs to be pointed out. Now, him being innocent when it comes to the SDX trafficking and stuff like that, that's fine. I would agree. Until he has his day in court, that's how it works here in the United States. He is viewed as innocent. He has not been charged with, he has charges, but he has not been charged like past tense. That has not happened. Yeah, I would agree that he shouldn't necessarily be judged, although he will be judged for those things, and he has not been found guilty of them. I would agree. But we saw his guilt and what he did to Cassie. He shouldn't be able to convince anybody anything other of what she said about the DB that she suffered through that relationship when there's literally a video of it. But I love you, Gigi. I have to get out of here. I'm just finished cooking for my kids, and we're going to sit down and eat. But I'm going to keep listening to you.
I love you, Sean.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, give Sean a big round of applause. Please go check out Sean Davey Way. He has an amazing YouTube channel. He always do deep dives on situations. So please support Sean. Sean Davey Way is his YouTube channel. Any other plugs? You can tell the people, Sean. Okay, Sean done dropped the hell off. Okay, so KFC, without yelling, how you doing?
I wasn't yelling the first time.
Okay. Well, KFC, stay right there. I got Tony in the mix. How you doing, Tony?
I'm doing fine. How you doing, CC?
I'm doing pretty well. So what are your thoughts about it? It's some noise in the background.
Noise in the background here?
Yeah.
Don't know where that noise is coming from.
Okay, I can try to ignore it, and it just depends on how the people react to it. But go ahead. What did you want to say about this?
Okay. Well, first of all, we're back at the very point where we were in the beginning when I explained that the whole situation with Cassie, when the suit came up, everyone was talking about what. I said then that this was larger than that particular lawsuit. I said then that this was going to be a RICO case, and you can guarantee your sweetness that that's what it's going to be. It is. Now, I can also tell you right now that this is only the sweet beginning of a major, major Hollywood downfall. From the church to the nightclub. This thing is much larger than what people think it is. It's not about a black person. It's not about a white person. It is about trafficking, period. Period. And here's the main thing. Sean Davey Way said it just as eloquent as it could be said. A person cannot consent to any kind of relationships while inebriated. You cannot consent. And that would behoove one to take it as a very important lesson that you cannot consent. And if a complaint is made in lieu of one being inebriated, you have to understand the law. The law says that a person cannot consent while inebriated. You cannot do it. So it doesn't justify anything that Diddy did. Sean made another point that is super, super very important. Recording such endeavors is against the law. Even with the consent of a person, there are a lot of states that is not allowed to happen. Florida being one of them. It just can't happen. you can't make excuses for these kind of actions that have taken place, because we got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that. You know this young man Diddy. I don't know why you would take your personal bedroom antics and make it available to the world to have to disgrace you. And then whenever you put rugs involved in it, it cannot be what you expect it to be, because the outcome by law is different. I said the day that they showed that video, you remember, Gigi? I said that hotel did not release that. I said then that the feds had that video released for a reason. And now that video is being used to show not necessarily the guilt, but to show the demeanor of what this man would do to women. Now, here's something important that I don't know if anybody caught today. In the bail hearing, the appeal hearing that they had today, they said that his family gave up their passports. That is a lie. Only the females gave up their passport. The list was shown as the passports that was surrendered. Only the females, Janice and all his daughters, were the only ones, and the baby, Love, were the only ones that surrendered passports. Now, what happened with the boys? What's up with that? That would show me a major level of disrespect, because you're proving the point that you are one that hold women back just by doing that. So you don't have a problem with holding the women back so that they can't move around, but you're not gonna do that to them guys. They can do whatever they want to do. They're grown. Well, the women are grown too, with the exception of the baby, Love. He still shows a level of disrespect for women, even them that are close to him. I'm sorry, you said something, Gigi?
No, but I guess some people want to know, why do the kids, or especially the 2-year-old or whoever old, have to give up their passport? Why is she a threat?
Okay, first of all, they're not a threat. They use that as a cockamamie excuse that maybe the court will follow that. Okay, his family has given up their passports, but all of the family did not give up the passports. That didn't happen. And the key members of the family that were involved in a lot of the freak-offs definitely did not give up any of their passports at all. The boys, they didn't give up any. They still have theirs. Why? Why is that? And they showed up in court today. The boys. Now explain that one.
All right, well, stay right there. Hold on. Stay right there. And I'm going to add, hold on, stay right there. I'm going to add.
Yeah, I'm here.
KFC to the mix. KFC, what are your thoughts about what Storm Radio Live said?
Okay, I want to respond back to what he said, where I disagree with a lot of with what he was saying. Number one, when it comes to Diddy, you don't know where those videos were filmed at, because you can film P in Los Angeles. You can film P in New York. It is not illegal. In fact, if you want to break into the porn industry, the P industry, you can go back and do your research. Those are the 2 states they tell you to go to if you want to get discovered in that line of work. So what I'm saying is, by Diddy having his own private jet, you don't know where he filmed those videos at. You got to find out the location of that first.
But KFC, they said those people were drugs.
KFC.
Okay, but listen, that's what they say. Hold on, Tony. If that's what they say, but that has to be proven that they were drugs. Plus, the second thing is this. He mentioned something about Cassie, the majority of the cases about her and how she was treated. But is that not double jeopardy? Like the man allegedly, from according to what everybody was saying, paid her $30 million for what he did to her. How you gonna pay her $30 million and you guys gonna come back and try to prosecute him a second time based upon what you allegedly saying that he did to Cassie?
Okay,
That doesn't make sense.
Can I answer that question?
Somehow, something in that is not right because it's not illegal to film P only in certain states. So Diddy was filming it. That's maybe why he had a home in Los Angeles and he had one in Miami. Maybe that's why he kept a home in Los Angeles because that's where those videos were being recorded at.
Okay.
And that's not a crime.
Can I respond now?
Go ahead.
Okay. Your statement is buffoonery because the primary raid was in Florida. 90% of the filming was done in Florida.
Who says who? Did they release that?
Listen. Don't talk if you hadn't read. You sound like you haven't read. So you
No, I have read.
No. Okay, first of all, I'm not going to debate with you. Okay, if you're going to let me talk like I listen to you, so you can listen to me.
You didn't let me finish because saying excuse me every 5 seconds. But go ahead. I respect my elders, so go ahead. You got it.
As far as the statute of limitations with the situation with Cassie, what made the statute of limitations go away was the fact that he drug her.
That's not true.
Oh my
when
God!
You saw a symbol, when you have a symbol,
I'm not going to have a conversation.
That's not true though. When you file a civil, you have 7 years. You have 7 years before the statute of limitations run out. So she left him in 2017. She had this year to get that money. It was getting ready to run out. So that's not true. Every state has a different statute of limitations. In New York, it's 7 years.
It is not 7 years.
Where's that coming from?
You're going to tell me in the state of New York, the statute of limitation for kidnapping is
Yes,
7 years?
Google it in. For a civil suit, it's 7 years. You have 7 years to sue someone in New York. Pull it up yourself.
I didn't say anything. First of all, dummy, I did not say sue. I said the criminal statute of limitations for kidnapping is not 7 years. It is not 10 years. It has no total time.
Why did she go civil? Why did she go civil suit before she went criminal suit then?
Okay, because
you could have got way more. Why, okay, Tony, let me ask you a question. Why you got a man who's locked up in jail?
KFC, can you finish asking your first question?
Yeah, go ahead.
A NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement, and a civil lawsuit is always trumped whenever there's a criminal offense that took place within that agreement and or position. So if you sign an NDA and a crime was committed, that NDA is no good. You're not bound to it. 2, if a crime has taken place, the lawsuit can either take place prior to the criminal charges being filed and or after. But just because you filed the suit and the suit was settled, don't mean that you excuse yourself from the criminal charges, because that is not the truth. The two do not run together, and one does not excuse the other.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question.
Hold on. Wait. Are you finished, Tony?
I'd let her ask the question.
Okay, well, hold on, KFC. Sean just called back in. Hey, Sean.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. I just wanted to say to answer that question. Again, I think that if you are going to defend anyone or go against anyone, Diddy, who I'm talking about, I feel that it's important to do your research first. In the full indictment, not just the ones that are on blogs and stuff that people are posting, in the full indictment, it states where the videos that they do have in their possession were filmed. The raids were for the internal cameras in the home. Before the indictment even came out, we found out that Diddy had a camera in every single bedroom and every single property that he has. And he also has a property in New York where a lot of filming happened as well. So I'm not going to do homework for people. Since they said that they read it, then they would know what's going on. But
absolutely.
Whatever. Cassie, the reason why the question I came to answer was going to jump down. And shout out to you, Storm. I believe there's a Storm Radio. Shout out to you. You're great. The reason Cassie went civil before she went criminal is because the Adult Survivor Act that most states are adopting that gives victims 1 year to sue out of the statute of limitations.
That's correct.
So if you have someone abuse you or a predator hurt you, you have a year window, 365 days, to file a lawsuit, not criminal charges, a lawsuit against the person. With her doing that, an NDA nor lawsuit protects anyone from a crime. It became criminal because the federal agent, HSI, made it criminal, not Cassie. She doesn't have the power to do that, but she was smart by listing all of the crimes that happened to her inside of that lawsuit. So that's why it was civil before it was criminal, because the things she put inside of the lawsuit were criminal activities. Absolutely. So that's why she went and sued, because she was given a year window to do so. If the Adult Survivor Act was for crimes, then that's what she would have did. She would have filed charges on him within that year. It's not for that. It is for lawsuits, financial gain from your predator. Now, I'm just going to drop that down. Y'all have a great show. I love you, Gigi. Thank you for having me.
Love you too. Okay.
Gigi, and the follow up what Sean just said. The night that the incident happened at the hotel, security at the hotel got her away from the hotel. And while she was wherever she was, home or wherever she was, what happened was then the police came to the hotel. At the court presented today the text from that day, what happened as a reason to deny bail. The quote, the text read to Cassie from Diddy that particular night was, "Hey, I got 6 children. The police are here. Do something." He admitted that was admittance that he committed actions against her right then. And here's the other thing. The prosecutors out of New York have all of the text. They got everything, all of the video. Why? It's because he acquired and kept all of that information. He did that. She had some, but he did that. And they corroborated the story by using what information she had and the information that he had, and it all came together. Boom, solid. And you know what that does? That seals your fate. That's what it does. It seals your fate. No way you can get around that. Whenever the feds stomp down on you, you got to understand. Forget the feds. When Homeland Security come down on you, they're not coming on no hearsay. They're coming on facts. And when they come to do a raid, they know exactly what they're looking for, how much they're looking for, where they're looking for it. They ain't no playing around. They know this. They know this. There ain't no speculation. They know this. It is a factual fact. Cannot be argued. They already have the proof. So here's the thing. Diddy would have had an nth of a chance to get bond if he would have not been contacting the very people that they're using as witnesses. They're not giving their witness list up, but you can best believe that he is talking to the witnesses. He's doing his best to interfere with the case, and by doing so, he's shown a level of danger. Why? Because at some point, he's going to get to somebody, and they're going to get afraid for their lives and clam up. And the federal government does not want that to happen. Now, KFC, I don't know where you get your information from, and I don't know how loquacious you are at reading, but I can tell you, if you read the case through and through as to where the search warrants were served and the documents that support the evidence recovered from those locations, there would be no comment to the comment that you made because it's buffoonery. They have the facts. You're a law-abiding businessman. If you're a law-abiding businessman, why do you need to have armor in your home that is scratched off serial numbers? That's a problem. That's a major problem. It ain't illegal to have arms in your home. It is illegal to have illegal arms in your home. And if the serial numbers are scratched off, that could signal a few things. I'm not saying what is in this case, but I can tell you what it normally represents. It represents 1, stolen weapons. It could represent 2, weapons that may have been used in prior actions, or 3, the being of someone's life being taken could be another. You never have an idea of knowing so until forensics is done on it. And I can tell you, they have the best forensics in the world. And you ain't heard the beginning when it comes to them weapons. You have not. You have not. And I can tell you this, and I believe Sean will back this up. This ain't all about Cassie. Cassie is just the caveat, the caveats, the sprinkles on the ice cream to make a point of how dangerous this individual mindset really is. He is a violent person. He is a person prone to violence. He is a person prone to putting his hands on women. And if he's proven it one time in the open on video, and they have other videos to corroborate that has happened more than one time, come on, you as a woman should sit back and relax and say, I need to see where this is going. That's what I would do. But you insist from day one, fighting the good fight of buffoonery.
90 seconds.
Fighting the good fight of buffoonery and saying what a person did when the world see what it did do. That doesn't equate to me. I cannot, upon my loquacious thinking, involve with myself with that buffoonery. You saw a crime committed on that video.
60 seconds.
And that video clearly shown a woman being kidnapped. I yield to you, KFC.
All right, so let's add her on. KFC, are you there?
I'm here. I disagree with Tony was saying, from the simple standpoint that in South Florida, P, you know what we're talking about, can be filmed. And Diddy's house was in South Florida. So what I'm saying is, once again, I can't go based upon what people are saying on the tape. So I understand everything that's going with the tape. That doesn't make, I mean, because what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say with that?
10 seconds.
When they rated it and they had those tapes to begin with back in April, an arrest should have been made, right? At least an interview, nothing. Because they were building the case? Yeah, right. Okay. So, like I'm saying, in South Florida, it's not illegal to film P or be in the P industry. So the other caller said, I had it wrong because it wasn't in Los Angeles, it was in Florida. Okay, that's even better because it's not against the law to film it out there either. And his house was on Star Island in South Florida. So whatever. And as far as people in the videos, yeah, you know, I don't know if that was acting. I don't know because I didn't look at the videos. Maybe they were acting. Maybe Diddy films those type of videos and sell them overseas. I really don't know. That's why I have to wait to see what's going to come out with the trial. But do you think Diddy would be that dumb? I mean, I'm seriously, do you think he would be that dumb? As far as having cameras in your house, I have, over 10 on mine. That's not a crime. It's my house. That's not a crime to have cameras. Should have did your research before you decided to spend the night over his house. When you go to hotel rooms, they say they have cameras up in the mirrors. And I mean, so what do you want me to do with that one? They have cameras in the workplace. Oh, okay. So it's not, you know, you hear all the time about cameras being in the bathroom, in the women's bathroom, in the men's bathroom, whatever. So, I mean, what are we talking about here?
We're talking about
How do you know
consent.
that Diddy wasn't into making X-rated videos? And also another thing, people keep talking about Diddy and men and all this. Okay, Clyde Davis came out and said he always loved men. He said even though he was married to a woman, he always had a man on the side. And nobody ain't talking about that. And he's been sitting up there at the Grammys kissing people on the cheek, on the forehead, and everything else. And now he's coming out saying that he sleep with men as well. But they swept that under the rug, haven't they? But you think he's the only one? So I don't understand why that's being used against Diddy either. To me, if he had that many bottles of baby oil or whatever, it seemed like maybe with some movies, some filmmaking going on or something like that. Like I said again, how do you know he wasn't making X-rated movies? How do you not know that? How do you know those people weren't paid to be in those videos? Like, I'm not going to sit up here and take the bandwagon that this man is guilty either. That's just me. We all move differently. But do your research on that. And that's over $1 billion industry. This is another thing, too, with Diddy. You know, it came out not too long ago that he helped Elon Musk buy Twitter, which is now X. Why would he need Diddy to help him do that? If Elon Musk is worth $200 billion, like, why is everything being thrown on Diddy's back all of a sudden? You know, I mean, I don't get that. I really don't. And that's all I have to say about Diddy. We all got our own thing, but like I said, he could have been making X-rated movies, and that's the underground market, and it's not illegal in every state. It is not. Go back and do your research on that. You can film that in South Florida. You can film it in Los Angeles as well. So, I don't know. And you can film it in New York. Okay? You can film it in New York. So, there you go. How do you know he wasn't making freaky movies? I mean, you know, those people, this ain't some of those girls that play in those movies, it's $50,000. I mean, you don't know. You don't know. So, but why would they release it too before it's gone to trial? Why did they want you to see all this stuff about this man before it goes to trial? Why are they telling you everything about him? Everything. Have they told you how Donald Trump's wife, what she did when he came home from the trial, when he had to pay Stormy Daniels? Did she make him sleep in a different bed? Did she put him out the house? Why do they want you to know everything about Diddy all of a sudden? Why has he become so important? You know, okay. That's all I have to say. You know?
All right, stay right there. We got
know.
somebody else. KFC 915, you're live on the air.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Gigi? Just in response, and hey, Storm, how you doing as well?
Just fine, sir.
My God, this young lady is really uninformed. At the end of the day, you got to look at the fact that regardless of what speculation is, they have Diddy for his actions against Cassie, period. That's why he's locked up. Now, yes, feds went in there, rated the videotapes and everything else. The videotape is who else is on the videotape as to who they're going after. That's why you have all of Hollywood and even some of the government officials that are really scared right now. It's because of those videotapes. Man, KFC, I really would advise you that you just take a moment, and you don't even have to look on and look at the full indictment. If you just watch the news, they will even break it down for you, down to the actual why. They didn't have Diddy for all the actions that he has done and that we've always known that he has done. These actions are so hideous and egregious. You're talking about the same thing that R. Kelly did, and that's why R. Kelly is sitting in the cell right now, right next to the booty hunter, which Diddy is soon going to be going right next to as well. Just trying to throw a little lightness in it, but there's nothing light about it. He's an evil, grotesque individual that deserves everything that is about to come to him. He does not deserve to see the light of day for the things that he has done to these women and also to the Black community. That's all I got to say on that.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Well, I just want to say thanks, everybody. KFC, Storm Radio Live, Sean. I'm going to close it out. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot. And I'm out. DJ, where's my DJ at?